Ever heard of a freelance illustrator? You may have heard of an illustrator before, but that is just a general term. There are several types of illustrators. A freelance illustrator is one of the many kinds of illustrator careers in the world. A freelance illustrator is someone who illustrates or draws for a variety of clients. Such clients include friends, family, or even companies. According to an article, So You Want to Be a Freelance Illustrator by Mary Winkler, a freelance illustrator's common routine consists of 1. The project briefing, when your client explains to you what you need to draw, when it needs to be done, and etc. 2. Sketches and concept art, basically sketching out your client's ideas into a visual form. 3 and 4. First draft and second draft. 5. The final design. Your artwork is now approved, but there are still a few things left to fix. That would be the last step to finishing a project. 6. The final edits. And voila! Your project is done and you will be paid. Also, according to learn.org, illustrator jobs will grow by 2% from 2014 to 2024, which is below average. But as a freelance illustrator, you basically become your own boss, which means you can practically hire yourself. So you don't need to worry about finding a job. And you can also work anywhere you want, be it in Hawaii or even somewhere in the mainland. Furthermore, you can work for anyone, even people who live thousands of miles away. Not to mention, working as a freelance illustrator can earn you a range of $33,000 to $65,000 annually, or an average of $49,000 per year. Although, the way a freelance illustrator is paid is different from usual jobs. You don't get a constant amount of money per week or month. Your pay depends on what you or your client decides to pay you. The aforementioned numbers only show what those current freelancers get paid in general. If you want to get paid more than that $49,000 per year, all you need to do is raise your price. To become a freelance illustrator, there's no need to go to college. All you need is a high school degree. You can still go to college if you want to further your artistic education through that. But the most important thing you need is a portfolio. Every artist needs a portfolio. You can't get a client unless you have some samples of your art for them to look at, so they can decide whether or not they should hire you. Lastly, you obviously need some skills in fine arts, be it self-taught or learned from professional teachers. There are a lot of good things that come with being a freelance illustrator. You have a lot of freedom, and as stated before, you can work anywhere you want and for whoever you want. So, you can avoid despicable employers. You can even choose your own projects, so you can create whatever you want. But even though there are some positive aspects to being a freelance illustrator, there are still some negative aspects. For example, the pay can be sporadic, or in other words, random. There are times when you can't find any clients or previous clients hadn't paid you yet, and you have to keep reminding them. Also, you don't get health insurance contributions or 401k, which is a retirement saving plan sponsored by your boss. You also have to be your own accountant, manager, etc., etc. In conclusion, a freelance illustrator is someone who draws for a variety of clients. They earn a range of $33,000 to $65,000 annually, but their pay usually depends on what they or their clients decide. To become a freelance illustrator, you don't need to go to college. Being a freelance illustrator gives you with a good amount of freedom, although it has some bad aspects like the random pay. This basically sums up the career of a freelance illustrator.